Kyle Klingman with Track Wrestling. We have three-time world and Olympic champion Kevin Jackson. He won an Olympic gold medal in 1992. And Kevin, I'm assuming you are watching The Last Dance right now with Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls, aren't you?
For sure, it's almost like the only sport going on in the world. So I think everybody's kind of tuning into the Last Dance, and I've enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed it so far.
They just talked about the 1992 Olympics and the Dream Team. Is the 92 wrestling team the dream team for the United States? That was a stellar team, man. What do you think?
Well, when we were going to the Olympic Games and that basketball team was announced as a dream team, professionals are coming into Barcelona to compete against mostly amateurs. We looked at it and we thought we were the dream team. We really did say as a team that when you look at the number of titles up and down our lineup, they might have had more championships because Magic had his his 5 and Jordan had his 3 and Bird had his titles. But man for man, we had more titles, individual titles than they had as a team. And so we felt like we were the dream team going into those Olympic Games, and that kind of set us off. So yeah, we felt that way.
What's crazy about that is when you think of the depth going into that you guys had all those titles, but you guys had guys that were 2-3 deep that had world and Olympic medals already. I mean, it was crazy time for the U.S. with all those medals.
Yeah, our depth was unbelievable. We always talked about if, our number 2 win or our number 3 win, we expect them to win a medal or bring back the gold. I always felt like if I could get out of the country, I was going to win a gold medal. I had Royce Algers that just won a silver medal in 1990. Prior to me making my first world team, 1990, he had won a silver and should have won the tournament. I mean, he should have won that match. I think he was leg laced late in that match to lose. Melvin Douglas was a silver medalist in 89. So those previous 2 years, we had guys in the finals and they both should have won those matches. So I always felt like that we were competing with the toughest guys in the world. And if we could get out of the country, we stood a really good chance of getting gold medals. And I think man for man, we felt that way up and down our USA lineup.
Did you interact with that 92 basketball team, the Dream Team basketball team?
Well, I got a pretty cool picture that I put out on social media the other day with Jordan and I'm sorry, not Jordan, with Scottie Pippen and Magic Johnson. Magic's from my hometown of Lansing, Michigan. So we were at the opening ceremonies and we were on the floor and we were getting all set up to watch the opening ceremonies as athletes. And I called them over and took a really neat shot with them. So that's on my social media Twitter account. And Charles Barkley was in the village almost every day. He was in the village around the training room, just a regular guy, so he really had probably the most interaction with other Olympians and Team USA. Jordan was not around. He would have been mobbed at any location. At the opening ceremonies, he didn't come to the opening ceremonies because I think it would have been a frenzy. But we really, I think as athletes, as Olympic athletes, we really like Charles Barkley the most of that whole group because we looked at the Dream Team coming in and they were just going to walk through the competition. They were just going to destroy it. And we didn't think they really took it seriously because they were just so good. And we all knew that we were going to have to go to war. We were going to have to fight. It was going to be very tough for us to actually win medals, not to mention gold medals. And so we were always a little resentful of those guys getting the opportunity just to have an easy walk through the Olympic Games. But when Charles Barkley elbowed the, I think it was an African team, he ended up elbowing the guy in the chest during the game. We were like, all right, they come to fight. They come to war. Charles looks like he's serious about this. And so the team's serious about this. So we really kind of connected to Charles as a United States Olympic team. And so he actually spent the most time in the village. And that was pretty much our most interaction with that Dream Team besides the pictures that were taken on the floor of the Olympic Stadium.